Ross, good point away at Halifax. And now comes a busy weekend. For want of a purist point of view, Rochdale and Chesterfield sound harder than Maidenhead and Boreham Wood.
Yeah, I think from the outside you'd probably look at that. I thought both games, Rochdale and Chesterfield, I thought they were really competitive games. A good marker of where we are. Obviously going to Halifax and getting a point was crucial. Although I thought we'd done probably enough to probably win the game. We had a really good second half. First half was a bit slow. Second half we got into a stride of things and we played some really good stuff. So the boys should be proud of that. But to get on the bus with a point is important. I mean, the next couple of games, yes, they're going to be difficult games, but difficult challenges as well. Maybe a different challenge. We know Rochdale and Chesterfield come with a bit of reputation, but the next teams we're playing are teams that have been in the league for a long time as well. So, in my opinion, every game for us is a big game. It is important we keep on learning, and we've had some really good games to learn from, and confidence in the group is high. Again, we look at the Chesterfield game, we thought we'd done enough to get a good result there, and Halifax, we thought we'd done the same. So we've got to keep on building, and the next two games over 3 days is going to be really difficult. So one that the boys are looking forward to. Their bodies might be saying something different after, but I'm certainly looking forward to it.
On the face of things, Maidenhead sitting 7th, had a good win against Dagenham and Redbridge at the weekend, run by a former, well, he was a very talented player, Alan Devonshire. What do you know about them?
Quite a bit. I'm not too far. I lived in High Wycombe, so I'm not too far from Maidenhead. I know a few of the boys that were there. We know Zico, who were there from last season. So we know a little bit about them. We know the manager's experienced, and they've got a lot of know-how. They've recruited well. It's going to be a battle. It is going to be a battle, and I think that it'd be a different game to the Rochdale game and the Chesterfield game. Slightly different to the Halifax maybe, but we know what's to come. First thing, we've got to turn up and compete. We'll try and build on that. I thought Halifax first half we were a little bit slow, a little bit off the mark, and maybe a yard or two off it. Second half was completely different. So we know our standards. We'll try and replicate the second half as quickly as possible when we get there in the first minute. But we know we've got to put in a real performance and a real shift to get a result. And that's the minimum right now, is making sure we turn up and we attack the game. We're physically dominant. We work our socks off and we see what happens after that, because the football will come out, but you've got to earn the right in this league. So it's going to be a difficult one, but one definitely the boys are looking forward to.
And finally, Boreham Wood here on Monday. It's one of those where you can't really look beyond the first game, but I suppose you do have to, with them being in quick succession.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's focus is the Maidenhead game, but you've got to be wise. We can't be stupid. We've got to look at that second game as staff, not as players. We've got to manage the squad, maybe some minutes, but the focus is the 90 minutes on Saturday. Hopefully we get through the game with no injuries. I think it's a bit too soon of a spin around for everyone, for all the teams. I think a Friday night game probably would have been better, give everyone that extra few hours rest. But it is what it is, everyone's in the same boat. So I'm sure Boreham Wood will probably make a couple changes. Hopefully we don't get any injuries or niggles. So, but the focus is Saturday, and hopefully we come through that with a good performance, good result, and we roll into Monday sort of high spirits in front of our fans at home. And put in another good display, because so far I know the results haven't really reflected it in terms of displays and performances. They've been really good, so loads of positive things. Hopefully we can now tick off some points and get rolling.